Oh my god, I forgot how bad this interface is. Last I was streaming on was YouTube, and that is a dream compared to this. Oh my god, it's the man, the myth, the legend. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're just pushing some code production on a Friday. No big deal. You know how we do it here. That's kind of our thing here on this stream. So yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Yo, what's up? What's up? Yep, figured we'd hang out. Maybe I'll stream for a bit, talk some code. I do have some code I want to write, and if I have like a free moment, I'll write some of it. But typically, these Instagram live streams get a lot of viewers, so I'll probably just end up getting a bunch of questions, and I'll just get sidetracked answering questions. I did forget how bad the chat is. Instagram has this live producer thing, and like the window is just tiny, and it tells me when people join the live stream, which is cool, but it looks identical to when people type in the live stream. There's no color difference. They show up as chat, so it's just like, oh, it's so garbage. How do I get that YSAP header in my terminal? Here is how. Run that. Run that command. Run that command that's on my beam up there. Run that command, and you will get that. Yeah. So yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Oh man, there's got to be a way. So I have an event log. Broadcast was started 2 minutes ago. Video stream was received 2 minutes ago. Broadcast was created 3 minutes ago. Ooh, I don't care. And then I have the comments. They don't call them chats. They call it comments. So that's interesting. But yeah, just why show me when people join? I don't care when people join or leave. It doesn't matter to me. I'm glad that people join, but I don't want to see it in the same thing as the chat. It makes it really hard to see when you guys are typing. Oh god, awk split on that string. Oh man, that one person made a video where they just said awk dash dash tua. They literally just commented on it and said awk dash dash tua. And once I saw that, I was like, please let me turn this into a meme. Please, because I have so many stupid ideas. My brain is awful when it comes to these stupid things. So that's how that was born. That outfit looks pretty nice. Nice. Oh yeah, no, there's no escaping the brain rot. We're not trying to. If you follow me, you're gonna get some of that content. I'm sorry, but I like being online. So that's how it goes. Needs to be on a t-shirt. That's a great idea. Speaking of t-shirts, don't forget that the merch store is live. You wouldn't exit Vim. It's not possible. You can actually get that on my merch store. You can go to my merch store. It's ysap.sh. Actually, here, I'll just show you where it is. Go to that website, ysap.sh, go in your browser, /merch. That's it. That website /merch. Or just go to that website, it's linked there. And you can pick up one of these shirts if you like it. I actually like the shirt. I'm going to be totally honest. I ordered a bunch of samples of the t-shirts before I started selling them to make sure that they were good quality, and they're really good quality. This is an extra large. I'm a bigger guy. But man, it feels great. Like I literally this is just what I wear out. So that's the actual truth. Let's see. Oh man, yeah, this chat is terrible. I'll get around to making this chat more usable because I do like doing Instagram live streams. They are fun. Let's see. The chat message is I literally just watched one disappear. That's amazing. Someone asked, are you using macOS? Yes, this is iTerm 2 on macOS. There's really no customizations with it. I just pretty much use the default. I don't think I made any customizations on it. That's about it. Twitch, nope, I don't stream on Twitch. If I do stream, sometimes it's on YouTube. So far, I've done YouTube streams and I've done Instagram streams. Instagram is fun because it's vertical like this. YouTube is horizontal, and I actually do enjoy that. But yeah, no, I have no desire to stream on Twitch. If I did, I would just multi-stream with YouTube. Can you curl an S3 bucket? Sure. I mean, I don't have any S3 buckets. I don't use AWS, so no. There's probably no bucket for me to curl, but I'm sure anyone can. This person says, ew, Mac with a sick face. Get out of here. I don't want to see that. Mac's great for a desktop. It's one of my favorite desktops. Anybody in here who's like cringing on someone using a Mac or whatever operating system they use, it's like complaining about like VI versus Emacs or VS Code. Like they're just tools. I don't care what tool someone uses. Hi Dave, love you. Sup, love you too. Are there any terminals with AI Copilot? If there are, I don't want them. No, thank you. I have no idea if those exist. I mean, I'm sure they exist. I don't think you can curl S3 though. I don't know what you're saying, man. I mean, isn't S3 just like a web storage? Like, isn't it just block storage, file storage? I think you could probably curl it. I don't know though. I'm not an AWS guy, so I have no idea. We need someone who understands cloud, someone who maybe doesn't suck at cloud, someone who thinks maybe you suck at cloud. Shameless plug, go follow You Suck at Cloud. He's my buddy. Let's see. I don't care, Dave. Yeah, well, you should. Because remember, my opinions are objectively correct and morally righteous. And anyone who disagrees is wrong and bad. Don't forget, bad. That's the important part. Okay, if you're using a Hackintosh, then your experience with Mac is going to be awful to begin with. Like, I love the concept of Hackintoshes, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to have, like, the full real experience. Like, I got my M1 Studio here, and that's what I use. I use it for video production. I use it for music production. It is a powerhouse, and it is silent, and that's what I love about it. It's like when the new Mac Mini 4, like the M4 came out, and everyone's complaining the power button's underneath it, and I'm like, dude, like, I've had this computer for like years, and I think I've pressed the power button like twice. Like, I never need to press it. Like, I'm not rebooting my machine. I'm not turning it off. It's just strange to me. Yeah, Mac Silicon is just, I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Broski, do you have a method to copy some dot files to a server for the duration of your SSH session? That's a cool question. I had never thought about that. That's an interesting idea, just to pull down your environment so you have it, but then have it get torn down when you do that. Huh. I don't, but I like that idea. It'd be kind of fun, like, to have a script or something that you could curl. So if you're on a remote machine, you curl your script, pipe it to bash, and then it pulls your files, puts them in like a temporary location, re-execs your shell to pull those files, and then give you an environment you're used to. And then when you're, gone, like that session of bash would just be over. You could just tell bash or whatever shell you're using to use those config files that are stored like in a temp directory. You could totally do something like that. That's a really neat idea. That's like a really good idea. I don't have one, but I might look into that. Yeah, because that's an incredible idea. Listen, man, I am screenshotting this comment so I can remember, and I might work on something like that in the future. I have no promise that I will, and if I do, I'm crediting you. I'm throwing this screenshot right in the README. Oh man, that's incredible. That's a great idea. What a wild idea. That's a cool idea. I learned Netcat for reverse shells. You have any basic script commands I can incorporate? What do you mean specifically? I'm not sure what you're asking there. But yeah, Netcat's awesome. I mean, just creating simple sockets for listening and connecting, and like it's so simple. I've transferred like files over Netcat and stuff because it just bytes in, bytes out. Is the M3 worth it over the M2? I have no idea. I have the M1. I figure any M is good enough. Switching from Linux to Mac, M3 Pro. I'm confused and limited by the Mac terminal. Any ideas to make it similar like Linux? So I don't like the Mac terminal.app. I use this terminal up here. This is iTerm2. So I've never heard of it. iTerm2. You can just look that up, download it, and it's just the terminal that I prefer. There are other terminals out there, but I've been using iTerm2 for like probably a decade now, and I love it. I think it's great. How do I do this? There we go. That looks nice. M3 is worth it if you're doing ML. Yeah, I think going up the numbers in M's makes sense if you're doing like machine learning stuff locally, because that stuff is definitely getting boosted. The newer chipsets definitely benefit from that. 2016 Mac finally getting pushed out. Isn't that awesome though? Like, these computers last for like 8 years, and I'm sure it's still fine. Like, I got my parents, I helped them get a new M1 or M2 Mac Mini, and the last Mac Mini that they had was like 10 years before that, and it ran mostly fine. Like, it's actually incredible. Yeah, big fan of Mac stuff. Oh, speak of the devil, You Suck a Cloud is right here. Like I said, go check out his content. If you want to talk about the AWS stuff that I know nothing about, You Suck a Cloud is the guy to do it. He also says New Shell, which sounds about right. New Shell seems really cool. The difference between New Shell and like Bash, like I use, is you're gonna have structured data. I believe New Shell is written in Rust too, which is pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to check out. I've been asked enough times where I'm gonna have to check it out and make a video on it. Have you looked into Instruct Labs for custom LLMs? Nope. I don't do any work with like LLMs or machine learning or anything. I think it's like neat software, but I've never really touched it or had a reason to. Yeah. Also, You Suck at Cloud. I have no idea if you're still here, but if you are, have you ever streamed to Instagram over OBS? Because this little live thing they give you to show your chat sucks. Like, it is so hard to differentiate a chat from a join notification. It's gotten to the point where I've like inspected Element and looked at the divs myself, and I'm like, I could probably write a little JavaScript thing to just like filter this out every 100 milliseconds or something. Because this is not ideal. I might do that actually. I say these things as jokes, and then like I actually probably should just implement them. Like that might be the way to do it. My man, what do you do for work? Yeah, so I've said this before. I work at a company that has on-premise hardware. So I am the guy who does all the hardware automation, infrastructure automation stuff. I say I'm the guy. I'm part of a team that does it. So basically, after the server has been racked, that's where I come in, making sure BIOS is up to date, making sure the networking's there, making sure the server has all the parts that we expect. So validating the hardware, installing the operating system, making sure it has proper encryption, stuff like that. And then once it's all ready to go and ready to handle, like be set up to run production traffic, out of my hands. Then it's someone else's business. That's my job. Do it live. Oh, I probably should. He's a lumberjack. No, I just wear comfortable clothes. We gotta do a collab one day. Yes, I am so down. You suck a collab whenever you want to collab. I have a goal, just a personal goal of mine, to do more collabs, and by more collabs I mean any collabs at all, because they are super great. They're super great to crossbreed, audiences, and great for channel growth, and it's just fun. Like I respect a bunch of my mutuals, so I would love to do content with them. So yes, hands down, yes. Get in my DMs and we will collab. We will do something. I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be funny. Yeah. Have you played with the Hack RF1? No idea what that is. So no. To answer your question, no. Do you think companies will go back to on-prem? It's not so much go back to, like, cloud is here to stay. There's no doubt about it. But cloud providers, remember, the company that runs the cloud, it's not the cloud to them. It's on-prem to them. So, I mean, it's never going to go away. But I do think we'll see, I think it'll come in waves. I think just like anything, this is any sort of supply and demand curve. Like cloud's going to be great and then it's going to be too expensive and they're going to find out that on-prem is great. It's so cheap, but it doesn't do this. And cloud is more resilient and on-prem does this. It's just going to be like that. That's what I think is going to happen. Let's see. Do you think Linux from scratch is a good way to perfect Linux as a junior sysadmin? I've never used it myself. It seems like it'd be pretty cool, but I can't answer that question directly. You have nice hair. Thank you. That's really nice. I've been growing it out for the last 2.5 years. 2.5 years ago, it was like this short. Go to my old YouTube channel and you can see short hair Dave. Oof. Do you do any kernel development? No, not really. I have in the past, like a little bit of it, and I've definitely like dived in when I found bugs and stuff, or what I think are bugs. But no, I typically don't really do it that much. Let's see. Echo, Echo, quote dollar. Okay, you know what? Wait, why am I reading this out? I will show you what this comment is. The comment is this: Echo path file versus cat. Okay. You want me to break this down for you guys? It's real simple. Echo is a command that will print whatever the arguments are separated by spaces. Here is the first and only argument given to echo. This is quoted, so there won't be any word splitting, and this is command expansion. So it will run whatever is inside here until it is done, and then replace it as the argument. So what's going to happen here is we're going to read in from path to a file. So this will read in the entire file to what? We don't have cat in here. We don't have anything. So the contents of this file are going to be the entire argument here. A lot of things wrong with this, okay? A lot of things are wrong with this. This is going to read the entire thing into memory. So if it's a small file, hey, that's great. If it's a big file, it might crash. On top of that, this whole thing is going to be passed to echo as the first argument. Where are arguments passed? They're going to be on the stack. So there is something called argmax, arg_bar max, and you have to watch out for that, because if this is too big, this might actually just fail to execute. The exec syscall that gets run will actually just fail if this is too big. So cat wins. Every day, cat wins here. I mean, that's an easy one. Give me a hard one. Let's see. Sorry, this chat is so bad. Gentoo? I've used it in the past. I like Gentoo. I think it's cool, and it was definitely fun for me to learn Linux, but I just haven't used it. I haven't kept up with it. You look like Haggard from Harry Potter. I think you meant Hagrid, and that's a compliment. What a very cute man, so thank you. Okay. That echo. You know what? Actually, wait. You're right. That echo. Hold on. You might actually be right. Yeah, echo's going to be built in. So we don't have to actually worry about argmax. It's built in. We don't have to worry about how that actually gets processed. Now we have to worry about how bash handles arguments and where those get stored. That's interesting. Okay. Matthew, I will have to get back to you because this echo is built into the shell and not an external command, so this won't work exactly how I explained it. I'll have to do some digging into this. I might have to look up the bash source code to figure out kind of what's going on here. Curl, Yken has IP or YSAP? No, I'm not curling my IP on a live stream. Thank you. Do you do any Rust programming? Yes, that's what I do. I do a lot of that for my job, and I just love Rust. I was talking to my buddy today. It's probably my favorite language. I love Rust. Golang? Nope, never really touched it. How do you format that part of your prompt that shows the Git branch? In my bash RC, which these are all online. You can go to my GitHub and find this. That's not right. In my bash RC here, the best bash RC in history, I wrote this sometime in 2011. I'm scrolling down. There is a section. Here is how I construct the prompt. There's a lot. But there is this section for optional Git branch, I think is what I call it. Here we go. This is how I do it. That's a lot. That's super annoying. Go check out my GitHub. That's my GitHub username, and you will find my .dot files on it. So that's how you do it. That echo versus cat came from a Linux comp. Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I would love to see that. That'd be super interesting. I'll find you the link video. Perfect. Yeah, that'd be great if you could just shoot it to me, like whatever. I'm super interested in that. Isn't this process substitution? What specifically? Do you mean that syntax I had before where it was this? Because that would be command substitution. You put a command there and it gets replaced with the output. Process substitution looks like this, where it's very similar. The only difference is the less than versus the $sign. This, you put a command in here and it won't get replaced with the output of the command. It will get replaced with like /dev/fd/whatever. It'll get replaced with some sort of like pipe, and then output will be spewed through it. So command substitution has to run the entire command before it's done. Process substitution can handle things in a streaming fashion. Because of that, you can't really get the exit code with process substitution because something could be streaming for a while and then die. Like you don't have the exit code yet. So yeah, slightly different. Using an Apple keyboard, it sounds like it. What a wild sentence that it sounds like it. Yes, I am. Good call. Wild. That is wild, Janice. Why don't you use ZSH? I don't have any reason why I don't use it. I just use Bash. I've been using Bash for super long. And when they switched over to ZSH on Mac, I just was more comfortable with Bash. So it's not a question of why I don't use ZSH. It's more like, why do I use Bash? And it's just, it was everywhere. It was ubiquitous. So that's just what I learned. Bash has stood the test of time. 2011 creation day. Yeah, my Bash RC was sometime around 2011. I learned Bash really well. Like Bash became like something I wanted to really learn around 2010. So absolutely withstood the test of time. When was Bash created? 1989. Someone could fact check me on that. I think it's 1989. Do you have any plans for Rust creating content similar to Bash, showing some basics? I don't. I would like to, but I don't currently. So don't get your hopes up. But it's definitely something that I would be open to in the future. Let's see what else we got here. Find file name recursively without Googling. What do you mean? Like, if I want to find a file named like foo, find dot dash name foo. That's how I would do it. Dot is the directory I'm looking in, so that would be my current directory. And dash name does an exact match on the name I put there. Case sensitive, which wouldn't really matter because I'm on a Mac with a case insensitive file system. I could change this to slash, and this would find my whole thing. I don't know why there's a parenthesis there. Ignore that. I can use iname if I want case insensitivity. I can use patterns like this if I wanted to find any file name that starts with foo. Is that the question? Is that what you guys were asking? Yeah, find is a super, super powerful tool. I've used FD a little bit. It's like a Rust rewrite of find. It's way faster. But like find is tried and true, man. What is your current job title? Bash Wizard. Would love to get as good as you one day. Damn. Thank you. I appreciate that. No, just software engineer. Really boring titles. I don't know. Never been one for titles, so I don't really care what people call me. I work in tech is what I tell people, or I work on computers. Find dot type F or dash D name. Yeah, you can do that too. When you said file, I just assume any sort of file, not like a regular file or a directory, because directory is a type of file. But yeah, you could do like type D for directory, type F for regular file. I think there might be some other types there. You can mix and match. I think you can say -o iname bar, and this kind of creates a logical OR between the two. So you're finding a file named foo or bar. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff find can do. Hey, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you. I hope you are too. I know it's not subject related, but do you have any suggestions for how to learn VHDL? Nope, I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not the person to ask for that, so nothing I can think of. Dash type with F or D is for files and directories. Yep, correct. Let's see. Is it bad to use double quotes instead of single quotes when find dash name? It doesn't matter which one you use. You can use quotes, no quotes at all. Find doesn't care because find isn't the one that's processing the quotes. What's happening here is this argument foo is being sent to the find command, and the shell will handle any quote removal. So if I have this, or I put single quotes in front of it, bash does something called quote removal. Bash will get rid of them. Find will get run with just FOO. It won't have any quotes, whether I put, double quotes, single quotes, no quotes, whatever. The only thing to keep in mind is from your shell's perspective, double quotes will allow variables to be expanded. Single quotes will prevent that from happening. No quotes could have some weird effects. So if I just put foo here, that's great. If I put foo star here, this may or may not work. Because if I have a file in my current directory named foo, that star will glob and expand to what that file name is, and that whole file will get sent to find. I'm doing a video on this in the future, so I'm spoiling that a little bit. So I typically just stick to single quotes to be safe. But again, find is not processing the quotes. Your shell is. How does this work in macOS? There are some files or directories that are protected by a super user that isn't root. I'm going to be totally honest, I don't know. I know Mac has some extended file system properties. I actually don't know what happens with them. I can only speak for like a standard Unix machine. Mac does some weirdness, but so does like Linux, so who knows? I'm graduating in comp sci this December. I've never even gotten an interview. Am I cooked? You're putting the cart before the horse. I mean, don't worry about not having an interview before you graduate. I think that's totally fine. I don't think you're cooked. You can have an interview once you graduate. You can have an interview a month after you graduate. You can have an interview 6 months after you graduate. I wouldn't worry about that. No, I don't think you're cooked. But just don't do what a lot of people do, where they have one interview and they wait and they maybe get a rejection and that's it. And then they get super discouraged and then they don't know what to do. When it comes to a job, you only need one acceptance. You can have 50 rejections. I'm not saying you're going to get rejected 50 times, but don't beat yourself up if things don't go super well, and don't psych yourself out before an interview. You can just do a bunch of them. You can get practice. It doesn't, it doesn't hurt you to have multiple interviews. So yeah, that's my only advice there. I don't think you're cooked at all. I think you're actually like, you're just starting, and I'm excited for you. I have a question. Why is pattern matching different in LS and find versus grep? Are those globular expressions, or does it take a regex? Oh boy, they're all different. It's a mess. LS doesn't take any sort of pattern. So if I just like LS foo star, it's going to rely on my shell to expand that. So that's going to be globbing because my shell is doing that. If I grep for foo star, or like, dot star or something, grep is what's going to process that, and grep has a limited set of like patterns that it supports that looks like regex but isn't quite a regex. You have like -E for an extended set of patterns. You have, I think, P, this might be a GNU extension for Perl compatible regex, PCRE, which you may have heard of. Find has its own little syntax, which is very similar but not quite the same. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. I think that's why some of these newer tools are so popular, like FD or ripgrep. Some of these alternatives, because they kind of standardize it. So yeah, there's a lot of fun history behind it, but because of all that history, we just have the negative effects of just very confusing things. Yeah, let's clear that. He's not cooked? No, I don't think he's cooked at all. Interviewing.io is one of the best sites to prep for interviews. Never heard of it. Can't vouch for it, but that's interesting. So if this helps other people, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, interviewing is just, a lot of interviewing comes down to being able to communicate what's on your brain. Like, you might be smart, but you need to learn how to like talk and communicate. And in my experience, put a camera and a microphone in front of you and you have no choice but to learn how to communicate and get good at it. Yep. Have you ever messed around with PowerShell? Nope. Is it possible to LS with regex? Not that I'm aware of. You'd probably need a different version of LS that supported that. I'm not aware of any. Yeah. Wow, this chat is so bad. Let's see. Never Fear, Boris is here, says, how would you read a file or a line in a file and store that in a variable or an array? There's a lot of ors in that sentence. So I mean, there's plenty of ways. Let's echo foo into a file, and we can cat file, and we can see that foo is there. If I want to read that into an array, and if I know it's only one line, I could read -r my var, whatever your variable name is, and then just read in from that file. And then if we echo my var, it says foo. There's one way to do it if you know it's one line. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. How are you streaming your PC screen on Instagram? Magic. No, look at the quality. Look how good this is. I got the high quality webcam. I got the microphone. I got the ring light, and I got the terminal. This is OBS. This is from my Mac. This is my computer. So Instagram actually supports, you can stream from your computer directly using streaming software like you would on Twitch or YouTube or something. It's a little scuffed. The chat is a little bit annoying. Okay, let me stop talking about that. Let me inspect. Hopefully that answered your question. Sorry, I'm going back and forth here. Let me inspect element on there and see what's going on. Okay, these are wild class names. These are all so fake. Oh, I should be sharing this screen. I'm literally just looking at inspect element and trying to figure out what's different between chat notifications and events. Oh, events are a div inside a div inside a div. Okay, I wonder if I can just count children then. If the child has a child, then I know that it's not what I want. Oh, no. No. When someone chats, this is interesting. When someone chats, their profile picture is a button. So I can search for that. Someone says, what goes in the parentheses when defining functions? In Bash, nothing. Nothing. The open and close parenthesis is just a way of saying I'm defining a function. You don't need to put anything in there. In fact, you can use the function keyword and omit the open and close parentheses. Arguments are not passed that way. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no. I'm not saying chat is bad as in you guys are bad. That is not what I'm saying at all. The Instagram chat interface sucks. That's the problem. That's what I hate about it. Oh no, my webcam's doing that thing where it wants to follow me. Oh, this is so the worst thing that it does. That is actually the worst thing that it does. Give me a second. I'm turning that off because I don't think anything annoys me more than that. Yep. Nope. Absolutely no gestures. I do not like that. What prompt are you trying to execute? Hold on, I'll get back to you in a second. I wish I can't share this screen that easily. That's the problem. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. I can't share the screen, but basically I'm looking at the interface for the chat in Chrome. And because I have to use Chrome for Instagram because Safari doesn't work, and I typically use Safari. I have like 8 browsers. It's a nightmare. But they all have the same class name. So let's look at this. Copy this. Go to the console. And now we can do a document.query selector. Put in that class name. And now it gives me warnings that I'm pasting code into here. And this is an absolute nightmare. Yeah, for anyone curious, this is the class name. That's the class name of the chat messages in Instagram. So that's wild. I'm trying to do all this. Just let me paste the code. I don't know why. Chrome, I don't use Chrome that much. So Chrome is giving me this stupid warning telling me not to copy and paste code in here. And I don't know how to deal with it because I don't use Chrome. So I don't know how people deal with this garbage. All right. Query selector all. Okay, returns a node list. Length 0. That's because I didn't put a dot in front of it because it's a class name. Okay, cool. So there's a node list. Excuse me. Why? Why would I ever want a webcam to do this? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous how much it moved. Oh my god. Just type allow pasting in the terminal, no quotes. You're lying. That doesn't work. I'm going to try that because it doesn't sound like that's a scary thing to do. There's no way I just type this in the console of Chrome. Allow space pasting. That's not even valid JavaScript. You've got to be kidding me. Did that work? I'm done. I'm done. That works. That is so stupid. I hate that my camera moved the whole time during that. That is so dumb. I hate that. I just type that into the... What is the Chrome console then? It's not even like JavaScript console. It's like a mixture of a REPL and like whatever commands you want to put. I'm yelling. This is so upsetting. Yes, I just typed allow space pasting into the Google Chrome console thing and it worked. This is something. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. All right. Oh my God. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. And the fact that camera moved while I did that. This is just, I mean, it's someone's just having fun with this. Max portrait mode. Nice, nice, nice. Oh my God. I'm so upset about that. Oh man. That is wild. All right. Now, is it still tracking me? It is. How do I turn that off? Like it literally has tracking set to off. This camera. How about I turn it on and then turn it off? Nope. Piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. Yeah. Oh my god. This camera is like it's super nice. It has all these like settings, but I don't want it. I do not want it at all. I actually hate that it does that. Like I hate it. Like I'm not gonna be able to move on from this. Yeah, it is fast, right? Let me change the tracking speed to slow. Okay. Now it tracks nice and slow with auto tracking set to off. So like, bruh, what is this? Turn them all on and then turn them off? Nope. That's cool. Oh my goodness. It's wild. It's wild. All right, well, I don't think I'm going to figure this out today. I think I'll just have to keep looking at it. I literally have it set to off. Like, it's set to off. Normal, slow, fast. It's set to off. What do you want, dude? Oh, my god. Image settings. Okay, yeah, this looks good. What camera is it? The new MacBook doesn't believe. No, this is a webcam I have. Instalink 360 is what it's called. Actually, wait. Instalink 360. I think I can just type that in the chat. Yeah, that's cool. Who wants this? Who wants this? Who wants this? Yes, thank you. It does look good, doesn't it? That's why I wanted it. I did a review. I watched so many reviews on webcams. I really like the Instalink 360. Like this color is just, it's really good. I really, really like the quality, and it's relatively cheap for what you get out of it. So like that is sick. Yeah, I don't think we're fixing this today. So I'll worry about that later. I can't believe allow pasting worked. Oh my goodness. You guys. All right. Here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and add Chrome as like a view that you all can see. So I think I can do... You got to bear with me. I'm a little bit stupid here. Can I just copy and paste the... Can I duplicate this? Is there a duplicate button? I can copy it, but then I can only paste a reference. I can't paste a duplicate. Oh, cool. And then chat stops scrolling too. That's sometimes really cool. That's like it's like a super neat feature. Here's what we'll do. We'll do a new macOS screen capture. Is that really what I have to do? That seems excessive. Okay. Now it just shows my whole terminal. Okay. It's not even close to what I wanted. Huh. Okay. Yo, what's up, everyone? Sorry, if you just joined, I'm trying to figure out Chrome, and I'm a little bit of a boomer here. I want to figure out how to share something that I'm working on. So let's turn off the terminal. Let's go over here. Let's turn this on. Let's turn off the volume for the screen capture. Okay, can everyone can still hear me? I'm going to slide this over, and we're going to see if this works. Okay, the macOS is selected. None of this is working. Oh, yeah. No, I'm stupid. Okay. Okay. Hey, there we go. We got Google Chrome. This is what I see, everyone. So as you can see, it mixes together the join notifications and stuff. Let me transform this. Yeah, so this is a mess, what it shows. All right, sorry. That was a mess. That was nonsense what just happened there. Let's put this here. Here's what I'm working on. I got the console open, and I'm trying to find all of the chat messages to be able to differentiate them so I can clear out the annoying join notifications that annoy me. So, okay, so we have the console here. Okay. So if I go to the console, I can type in document.querySelector all, and it shows me all of the messages and all the notifications. So some of these divs are messages and some of them are join notifications. As you can see, it's a 500. It looks like it's like a ring buffer of the last 500 events. And if I click into one, oh my God, there's so many things here. Is jumbling up the live chat, live notifications. Nothing to do with my terminal. This is totally different. This is my console for Chrome. So this is the Chrome inspect element like console. Yeah, so I just need to figure out like how to tell, is one of these like a message and one of these not a message. So I know one of them has a button in it. Here's what we can do. Let's go down here and let's grab a node. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do some live coding. Node equals this. We'll grab the first one. You should try streaming via OBS or something better. I don't know what to tell you. I'm streaming through OBS. I don't know what to tell you. This is OBS. You're watching me through OBS. Okay, so we have this thing called node now. We don't know if it's a chat message or if it's a button. This looks like it's just a notification. Here we go. This person, and 3 others joined. Okay, so this is what a notification looks like. It just has random divs in it. No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, the Chrome, I guess you could think of it like a terminal. I just call it the console. So now can I do node.children? It's not a function. There's got to be a way to filter these, right? The child of length 1. Hey, this one looks different. Yeah, role equals button. Okay. When it's a chat message, it has a role equals button. When it's not a chat message, it doesn't. So how would I do this? I need to do a query selector for a role. Can you do that? You can't, right? It's not a class. It's not... I don't know what a role is. I don't know what the role HTML attribute is. But I'll be honest, I haven't done web stuff in a while, so that might be a thing. This is the worst camera. I hate that it does this so much. That just never should do that. Yeah, so it's an HTML attribute. So let me try this. Button equals this. So now I have this thing called button. Button.role is button. Okay. Yeah, you can call it a script. I'm more or less like, I don't have a script yet. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so here's my goal. I can get a list of all of the events using the query selector, and this will return like 500 things. I could just write a for loop and check to see. I could just write it in code. I don't know if there's a way to query selector, like, there might be. This is JavaScript. I'm writing JavaScript in the console of Instagram right now. And the OS, this is just on Mac, but this would work on any operating system. So yeah, no worries there. I could write a for loop on this. Someone said get attribute. Oh yeah, you're awesome. Thank you. No, not button. Roll. I'm stupid. This should return button as a string. Okay. So I should be able to do something like this. I'm so worried about running this because I could just like crash the live stream because this tab also needs to be open or else this live stream doesn't work. But I should be able to do like, it's been so long since I've written JavaScript. Oh, that's interesting. You can do a .where clause, array from document query selector where. What does that do? That's interesting. So document query selector doesn't return an array. It returns a node list. You're casting it. You're not casting it. You're creating an array from it. And then you're running where on an array. So where is a built-in method of arrays? Does that like allow me to filter kind of? Because that seems like what that's doing. I'm trusting you here. I'm not the JavaScript expert. Last JavaScript I wrote was like 8 years ago. Yeah, it's possible we crash this live stream. I mean, that'd be really fun. Yes, .where access .filter. Thank you. I'm used to .filter. So let's see. Okay, so we should be able to do array from document .query selector. Did you use .all? Is it query selector? There's query selector and there's query selector all. What's the difference? Does all get you all of them and query selector only get you one? Because I don't actually know the answer to that. 171Y8KQL. Okay, so this should return an array. Right. I need a dot because it's a class. Okay, beautiful. First match, I guess, first all. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't actually know. All gets multiple. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that's how that worked. Yeah, I guess the first one, a query selector, would make sense if you know you're only going to get one you care about. It. Like if I'm query selecting for an ID, well, no, then I would just use get element by ID or whatever. I don't know, whatever. I'm not the web guy here. Okay, now we have an array, and we can do .where, .where, and this probably just is this the syntax for it to like take this stupid function. That's not right. .where is not a function. Okay, so it is filter. Filter returns a new array, I believe. Yep, yeah, it's all good. We're getting there. Okay, cool. .filter, and all I did for filtering there was console.log, where n dot. Do I need to get the child? I don't remember. Get attribute of role equal button. So that's empty, but I think it's n dot children, the first child. Oh my god. Okay. So this got me 131. That sounds right. So there's 131 chat messages. So I want to delete everything that's not a chat message. So I want the opposite of this. So we're going to negate it. Sorry if this is being cut off. I'm realizing that now. I don't know any better way to not have it be cut off. Actually, you know what? Let me shrink the window. You guys ready? Okay. Sorry about that. Here is what I'm running. Hopefully this is more readable. I mean, it's not. Array from, we're creating a query selector with that class. We're filtering where the role is not equal to button. And this gives me 371 elements. Okay, now I want to loop over them. So I can do .for each. And then I would just need to do like, what, and .delete? What do you do? How do you remove an HTML element when you have a reference to it? Can I just what is it? Is it delete? I might have to look this up. Does anyone know the syntax off the top of their head? If you have like a JavaScript element, how do you delete it? Let me try something here actually. D equals document.create element div. Let's make a new div. And d dot delete. Dot remove. Okay, dot remove. Let's see, Brent, if this works. Is that what I want? Yes, remove is a function. Okay, now that didn't do anything because that element didn't exist. Oh my god, this is a mess. I need to make a script. I don't know how to do this. I need to make like a little scriptlet or applet thing where I can just click and have it run this script to just remove these things for me. If this works. For each n dot remove. Y'all ready? Oh wait, you can't see the chat. Hold on. I want you all to be involved in this process with me. So let me do this. Sorry, this is it's very scuffed here what's happening. Okay, so there we go. So now you can see there's like join notifications. Will it just delete all our texts? So no, first of all, this won't do anything to what you guys see. This is only for my interface. This is only on the front end. So only this will affect my browser that's being rendered here. Make a button and then add your function attached to the event listener on the button. Oh, I can make my own little clear button. I totally could. I mean, I'm totally going to wrap this in a set interval and just have it run like every 50 milliseconds. There might be a way to tie into like a div create event or something. Mutation observer once you do that. Yeah, okay, there's going to be a good way to do this. Oh man, we are creating something really cool here. So let me explain what's going on for anyone just tuning in. I'm streaming on Instagram, and streaming on Instagram is kind of a nightmare because that's not true. Streaming on Instagram is really great, but the chat is a nightmare, okay? The reason the chat is the nightmare is because you access the chat using this. As you can see, I have a browser open, and I have to leave this browser open for the stream to work. And in this browser, it shows join notifications, and it also shows chats. The problem is the join notifications look like the chat. If you Google Instagram live stream join notifications, you get people complaining that too many of like notifications are coming on their phone when their friends go live or when people they follow go live. That's annoying. Instagram calls live stream chats, they call them comments. So if you Google like how to remove join comments, you get all these weird things about removing comments, like articles from like 8 years ago that are just not relevant. So what I'm doing is I'm writing a little bit of JavaScript that I can run that will go through all of the events that show up in this chat and remove the ones that are not chat. So what that means is I should get rid of all the join notifications. And if this works, I can just run it constantly and it will just hide and suppress all these. And this is the moment of truth where I press enter on this little thing I've written in the console, and we're going to see if this works. Ready? Let's do this. Oh my god. Oh my god, it worked. And the stream crashed. And the stream crashed. The stream crashed. It's just... Oh, let's go. No one's seeing this right now. Good thing I'm recording. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Did the stream crash? Or was I here the whole time? Was I here the whole time? I had to get my browser back open. I had to check out what was going on. Oh, the stream was still going. Okay. Cool. That's amazing. Oh my god. So okay. We've learned a lot here. We have learned that I can refresh this page without having to worry about the live stream going down. That's amazing. Oh man. You guys could still see me. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, changing my DOM code shouldn't crash the server. I just figured it would crash this page. And when it crashed this page, I assumed that my live stream would go down, but apparently that's not the case. Thank God. That's really funny. So that's good to know. That means we can keep testing. You guys ready to keep testing? Don't risk it again. As I say, let's keep testing. He said, don't risk it again. I don't know why it crashed. I got some notification saying that the page crashed. Oh, I guess you guys saw it. If you guys saw me streaming. That's going to make a hilarious video when I upload it. People are going to love that. Let's do this. Let's try again. But I have an idea. I think it crashed because it probably... I don't know. I'm going to make some real crazy assumptions about how they wrote the code. At some point, the length probably mattered of that array. It probably tried to reference something that wasn't there. Like, that's probably literally what happened. There was probably some, like, null reference because I deleted things that shouldn't be deleted. That's the only thing I could think of. Yeah. So, we have some ideas. The only thing I could think of is... The only thing I can think of is this. So we have all the same code. I can pull it back up here. What I could do instead of removing it is I could probably set display to none. So I need to mess with the CSS of this node. How would I do that? Oh, maybe you can set the display style. Yes, exactly. We are on the same page here. So display none. How do I do that when I have a node? Let me do n equals document.create element div. Is it n.display? There's no way, right? It's n.style.display. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. So instead of n.remove, I think we can do this, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. n.style.display equals none. This should go through and set the display of them to none. And assuming it's coded in a way that actually makes sense, this chat should collapse because they're not there. Yes, that style equals display colon none semicolon makes sense if I'm doing it in inline with the HTML. But right now, I'm in the JavaScript. Of course I'm going to risk it. I'm absolutely going to risk it. I don't care if this crashes. That's fine. Isn't that fun? Like when you're working on code and it crashes? Who cares? Like, whatever. Famous last words before Instagram bans me. So now we are going to rerun that same test, but this time we are going to set display equals none. And if this works, those join notifications that you guys see, I can maybe expand this a little bit. Let me give you guys more real estate up here. Those should just disappear and I should just have chat messages. I'm so nervous. Let's check. I think my heart, yeah, my heart's actually, nah, my heart's actually normal heart rate. Okay, I guess I'm not nervous. I'm totally cool with this. Let's run this and see what happens. Okay, chat is here. Chat is, I'm scrolling to the bottom of chat. I'll put a test here. And that went through. Awesome. And now I will hit display equals none and we'll see what happens. It worked. It got rid of the join notifications. That one came back. That one came back. They're all, so the new ones will come back. Like, you'll see those joins. I can make them go away. I have a button now to get rid of join notifications. Oh my God. Let me make this a little bit more readable for people. Here is the one-liner that I am running. Thank you everyone for helping me come up with some of the syntax. The array from stuff, I had no idea that that was even a thing. Here is what I have to select all of the events in this window and then filter out the ones that are not a button because only the ones that are chats have a button. And that's how I determined if it was a chat or a join notification. And then we set the display to none. So every time I run this, the join notifications go away and we are just left with the chat. Ideally, this would run whenever a new message is set. I don't feel like figuring that out right away. So let's do a set interval. I think we can set interval just takes a function and a timeout. We're gonna do this old school because I don't trust myself here. Let's do a set interval there. I hit escape, just assuming I was in Vim. That's how my brain works. Close that. We'll do an interval for every 100 milliseconds. How does that sound? And then we'll save this interval as A, just in case we need to reference it later. And so every 100 milliseconds, so every 10th of a second, this is running and deleting join notifications. So It should be working. So if we write a new message, this should show up. Yes, my test message shows up. And yeah, I think this is working. Wait, now I'm not getting any messages from anyone, and my stream looks like it's frozen. I swear, if this broke again. How do you stop it? How do you stop close stop intervals? Stop, what is it? Close, set timeout, and close timeout, right? Nope. There's a word. There's a way to stop it, and I don't remember what it is. So whatever I did here, it's not great. If you're typing to me, I can't see it. I'm going to admit defeat. We're going to hit the refresh button. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And this website's terrible when it's small. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit live, and hopefully I can see you all again. Nope, it wants me to make a new live. So that didn't work. Stop streaming there. Going to stream here. I'm gonna put my stream key in there. Hit OK. Start streaming. We were so close. We were so close. We were so close, everyone. I don't know how that didn't work. So, welcome, everyone. This is not a new stream. I've been streaming for the last hour. Stream crashed, and I brought it back. It crashed because of my own doing. I don't know why that set interval did not work the way I wanted it to work. Maybe 100 milliseconds is not good. I do not know. I don't know. Hello. Dexter, I see your chat message. Dot container role equals button display none. Hello, I'm screenshotting that. Dexter 845. That might be the way to do it. That's just a CSS rule. Like, that's literally so much easier just on the CSS answer. Yeah, don't try to delete the no. Wow. Oh my god. That is genius. I completely over-engineered this. You can just use CSS. My question is, can I just apply CSS to any random website? I've never done that before. Is that a thing that's possible to do? Like, how would I just put an arbitrary CSS rule onto an existing website? There may be a way to do it, like through inspect element or something. I'm not a web developer. I need web developers here. So everyone's saying yes. Everyone is saying yes. How do I do it? Yes, I do it all the time. Okay, then what do I do? Like, is there a way I can do I have to tell my browser? Try RM. No, I'm not running that RM command. Get out of here. Inspector mode. Chrome extensions. Okay, Chrome extensions seems accessible. Inspector mode. Okay, I mean, like, I have inspect element open. Can I just add a rule? Like, I can open up all the elements. And I can see the CSS. Yeah, right-click inspect. Yeah, I have that open. I have the inspect element open. create a style tag and add in there. Oh my god, I could totally just do that. Yeah. Here, you know what? Let me show you guys what I'm working with again. Let's see if this works. Okay. Here's what we got going on. I have inspect element open. What I want to do is I just want to add a rule, literally like a CSS rule. If I can just inject my own CSS written in the CSS format, that's what I want to do. You can edit the CSS for yourself. Yeah, how? I can click add rule. Click the plus. Click the plus. Okay. This plus. The one that's grayed out. Do I have to click the HTML? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, and I can just modify this. Oh boy. Okay. So let's try this. Container role equals button display none. There's no way this works, right? Oh no, this is, I have to do, I see what I'm doing wrong. Don't worry. After selecting the character. This is so interesting. Okay, I am going to fix what I'm working on, but I'm also just like blown away with the fact that I can just hit plus here and change this. So I am going to mess around a little bit before I quite get there. Just so I can cement some of this knowledge. Is that valid? That's valid? You can just select it like that? There's no way this just works. Container was an example. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Because I do have the class name. Oh, and then there's a div in it, like this. Also, why is this like grayed out? Am I doing something wrong? There might be something I'm doing wrong here. God, the chat is unusable when there's so many join notifications. Like, do you see how stupid this is? Like, that's why I lose chat messages. People are like, oh, you're not even reading my question. I'm like, bro, you try using this interface. It's garbage. Yeah, this is what I want. I don't know why I'm selecting the whole thing. There's got to be some magic here. All right, you know what? Wait a minute. Yeah, hold on. Isn't there a way to just inject a CSS rule? Like, just right to the document? Isn't, like, am I making this up? Like style sheets or document.style sheets? Adopted style sheets? I know there's something. I know I'm making up the syntax, but I'm not making up the fact that I know you can get all of the style sheets this way. Yeah, okay. I do remember this. I think you can add something to this. I'm thinking of Rust. A CSS style sheet. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Add CSS rule to website. I know there's a way to do this. We're so close, guys. We're so close. Probably have to figure this out when I'm not here, but oh my god, there's no way this works. You guys ready for this? Let's see if this works. We can do document.style sheets 0. That's the first style sheet. Insert rule, and then we can put the actual like rule. So this is what we want the style sheet to do. So we want it to have everything of this class, and then div where the role equals button, display none. This might be the way better way to do it. Let's see if this actually works. That didn't do anything. Okay. I think my CSS selector is not great, but we can test this. Document dot query selector all. Am I crazy? Oh, selectory. Div. Yeah. That works. Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm doing? Did I just hide all of the chats? I might have just did the exact opposite. What do you think the original display was? Block? I'm going to be totally honest, y'all. I might have just hidden all of the messages. Because I hit all the ones that were buttons, not the ones that weren't buttons. So if you're typing to me, I am not seeing it. This is a mess. This is scuffed. Oh my god, this is hilarious. So how do I get that rule out of there now? Okay. Okay, that's not that bad. Remove rule. What does that take? Do you think it takes an index of the rule? It does. Okay. I think I removed the rules. I think we should have chat messages back. If I type test, can we see it? I can't see the chat. Oh my god. The only thing to do would be refresh, right? But like, I can't do that because it just kills the stream apparently. Unless I'm like quick enough. If the stream's dead again, I don't know if I should do this again, right? That seems silly. But the rule's not there. So I can't. I'm gonna refresh. We're gonna see what happens. That didn't work. Okay, we're back. I refreshed it. As long as I refreshed it fast enough. I can see your messages now. You are making this so complex. Yes, I am. I am completely over-engineering this. I am not a web developer. I just want to throw that out there. Like, I am just not a web developer. I want to be able to do this. Just select the element. Yeah, I could. The problem is the way I have to select them is using the role signifier. You could have just added it inline. I don't know what you mean, because I have to use the role specifier. Can I do that through selecting an element? I need the rules. Like, I need to be able to say role equals button. And in fact, for this one, I want it to be role not equal to button. So like, is there a way to do role not equal? I'm Googling it right now. Oh my god, there's a not selector. Dude, why is... Oh, CSS is so much. CSS is so much. I can't believe I hid the chat. That's so funny. Like, I am actually stupid. That's amazing. So all the ones with buttons are 15. And you can really do this. I can really do this? Not... You've got to be kidding me if this is valid syntax. Dude, CSS just makes things up. Oh my god, that has to be valid, right? That's it. That's it. Are you using ChatGPT? Absolutely not. Just Google. That has to be it. Yeah. Colon, not, parentheses. You gotta be... Like, I can't believe that syntax is real. Oh, that is wild. That is absolutely wild. So if that's true, then what I can do... Moment of truth, everyone. We're going to put colon not. If you just told me the syntax, I wouldn't have believed you that was real. Here. So, for everything that has that class name, we're going to say everything that's not a role button, a div that's underneath it that is not a button, we are going to hide. We're not going to display this block. We're going to hide it. So this should hide all of the join notifications that I get in the chat. Are you ready for this? Final moment of truth. Did it just hide everything? It just hid everything, didn't it? Like, it literally just hid everything, right? Can I just remove this rule? Oh, hey, we're back. We're back. I can remove the rules. That's very nice. That is very nice. You should go live on YouTube as well. I would like to go live on YouTube and Instagram at the same time if I could, but it seems to be kind of a nightmare. But I will be going live on YouTube too. I do enjoy doing that. Wow, that's so funny. That is so funny. It doesn't affect all the elements used in the class. That's true. I don't even know if there are other ones used in the class. I don't think so. But that's where we are. Div : not. Okay. Noah, you are the goat here. Div : not roll equals button. I'm going to trust you that this works. Same problem. Same problem. Let's remove that rule. Okay, at least we have a nice way of doing it without having to refresh the page. Oh, and then the whole thing loads in. That's great. Why might this not be working? Because roll equal button hid everything, hid all the messages, and only showed me the joins. I don't know why this wouldn't be working unless this syntax is just not good. I think I know what it is. Because this is finding any div that's not underneath that class. I don't know if someone already said this. This is finding every div that's not underneath this class. We need a div that's directly underneath the class. I know this syntax at least. I know the greater than syntax for directly. So we should be able to do this. And hey, that gives us a way smaller list. So if we insert this rule, we got there. Yes, direct child selector. I don't know why I remember that. That came from my web development stuff that I learned 14 years ago. I had to pull that out of the deep trenches of my brain. I had to page that memory back in. We did it, everyone. We now have it. We have it. Oh my God. Let's go. Yes, I love the reactions in the chat. Yes. Let's go. You the man. Look at that smile. Dude, it's fun. Debugging code is fun. It's fun doing this. And when it breaks, sometimes it, crashes the service and I have to go live again. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Like this is a fun experience. Oh my God. Thank you everyone for joining me for this experience. This was super fun. Like, this is why coding is so much fun. This is what I try to tell everyone. And I know, like, if you're in the chat, you know this, but like, coding is fun. You just chatted the word joined with a period. That's incredible. That is one of the best comments I've seen. That actually had me second guessing it for a second. Yes, this is the eureka moment. Yes, this is fun. When you solve a bug, when you fix something. Like, look at this. I was so annoyed about Instagram live streaming. I'm not even kidding. Before I went live, I was Googling on my laptop, like, ways of getting rid of this. And it all ended up coming down to this simple line. Thank you, everyone who joined in. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, Noah was super helpful. Dexter, which is the idea of using CSS instead of JavaScript. Like, anybody who's helped, like, you guys are awesome. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. Like, okay, Dexter, I see your joined message. Oh, that's clever. That's so clever. But now the Instagram chat is usable. It's not cluttered up with join notifications. Like, I don't mean this to sound mean, but like if I had 1 or 2 viewers, if I was like a smaller creator, this doesn't sound mean. I don't know why I said that. The join notifications would be really cool. It'd be really cool to see when people join my chat and it'd be hype about it. But like when I'm sitting at 68 viewers right now, it's just too many. And the join notifications, they don't really coalesce super well, and they look like chats. So I can't differentiate too. If the chats had colors, I wouldn't even really care. Yeah, I don't need the join notifications. So this is amazing. Yes. Okay. Whew, let's catch up on chat. This is amazing. Also, you guys can see it. This is cool. You guys can see a little bit of the chat. So technically speaking, I could do like, I don't feel like doing it now, but I could transform it and actually put the chat on the screen, which would be really cool. So let's see. You got a Discord channel? Yes, I do. In my bio, it should link to my Discord. I think I even have a highlighted story, which links to the Discord server. Feel free to join it. Fun stuff happens there. I want to start using it more. It's actually on my to-do list to like be more active with Discord. Just be more active with the community in general. Woo! It looks like only some are going through now. I do worry about that. For anyone watching, does it look like only some of my chat notifications are coming through? Remember, I haven't scrolled, so there's a lot more down here. So I'm scrolling through at my own pace. So I could be a little bit behind. Add a style sheet to make them a different color. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I love that. And you could like hash the person's username so it'd be a consistent color for the username. Like, I'm sorry, I'm reinventing chat here, Instagram, but like, yeah. How many streamers would love this? However many streamers stream on OBS to Instagram. So like 5 of us? No, I'm just kidding. There's probably a lot. I don't know, but that'd be super fun. Let's see. Upload a reel of this. Dexter, I will. And you are going to be the star of the reel. That's why I took a screenshot of your comment. It's going to go on the reel. It's going to be a fun story of like what the development cycle looks like. Ah, man. Oh, man. Want to think of an easy way to make it auto. Yeah, honestly, I don't even care if it's auto. Like if I just had like a little button or something I could press, but if I just copy and paste this into the console when I go, live, yeah, that'd be great. Where's the mic? This sounds pretty good. Hey, I appreciate it. Watch this. There it is. Blue Yeti mic. That's what I use. Oh my god, this is so awesome. Let's see. Loads batches. Yeah. You're only getting about half of the messages we can see, I think. If you ever need help again, just ask us. That's awesome. What are you doing tonight? Well, this is what I was doing. After this, I have no idea. Okay, so let me ask you all, especially like Dexter, Noah, if you're here, I trust you guys. Am I only getting half the messages? Are there messages that are not coming through? Because yeah, it's totally possible that this is filtering messages that it shouldn't be filtering. That is totally a real possibility. And if that's the case, I don't want to do it. So I do worry about that. But yeah, I guess does it look like there are messages that are coming in through Instagram that are not showing up? Because you can see them up here. It seems fine. Okay, that's awesome. Wait, why am I watching this screen? That's super annoying. Okay. You're getting them all. They're just delayed. Yeah, the delay is kind of gnarly. Here, watch. You know what I'll do? There we go. That seems a lot better, doesn't it? Whoever typed ABCF and just left out E and D, I'm on to you. I'm on to you. That guy's propaganda. That's really funny. That's really funny. Yeah, they're delayed. The delay on Instagram is bad. I'm going to be honest. Like, it sucks. And I'm sorry that's the case. YouTube felt like near instant. YouTube is just, it was just a way different experience. But this is incredible. Okay, somehow I just hit Chrome. That's cool. That's an option. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Here, I'll show you how fast the delay is. You ready? 3, 2, 1, hi. You can even see it's delayed on my screen. So that should just give you an idea of what the delay looks like. It looks like they batched the messages. Yeah, I could see that. So, yeah, for anyone just tuning in, I'll make a video about this and upload it later because it's going to be so funny. But we just spent the last hour making it so the live chat on Instagram that I see, this is what I see, is not flooded with join notifications. Because what it normally looks like, actually I should just be able to remove the rule. If I remove the rule, here is what it looks like normally, where it shows chat messages, but it also shows when people join. And the problem is when people join, it looks a lot like a chat message. There's no different color. There's really no differentiating it. So when I'm trying to read people's questions, it's hard for me to figure out what's a question and what's not a question. I would totally just turn off join notifications. Yeah. So what we ended up coming up with was this tiny little CSS rule that I can inject. And here, I'll scroll the screen up so we can see it. This is a nightmare. We came up with this tiny little CSS rule. There it is. Document.style sheet 0, insert rule. This class, not a button, display none. So it's a little bit hard to understand, but long story short, anything that's not a button that has that class will get hidden, and that is what chat messages look like. Probably not great, but yeah, the direct child thing. Once I thought about that, I was like, oh my God, that's it. So when I run this rule again, the join notifications go away, and we are just left with the chat. So that is amazing. So here is what the chat is. Here is what I see, everybody. The only thing I'm, of course, worried about is that I may be missing chat notifications, and I really hope I'm not. But that's where we are. Let's see. Yep, Dexter845 joined. Okay. All right. Clever. The only way I know is I think the join notifications, the word joined is also bold. So I have a little bit of a hint, but yeah. Install it as a Grease Monkey script and it will load every time you load Instagram. Grease Monkey. That's probably the thing to run scripts when you load a page, right? That's probably something that I was missing. That's cool. I don't think I've ever used Grease Monkey, but yeah, I think I've heard of that. And I think that's what it does. Whew. So I'm all hyped up. That was incredibly hype. And when I turn this into a video, it's going to be hilarious because you're going to watch me crash the live stream. And I have the video of me not being able to see anything. And I'm going to edit it and make it really fun. You're not missing anything. It's just a delay. Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry. Install it as a ligma script. Ligma. I don't know what that word is. I wouldn't even know how to pronounce it. But you look like you pronounce that word. You look like you pronounce that word a lot. Nice try. Beautiful. Now, the other thing I need to do is figure out why this happens. Because I literally turn it off in the settings, but one thing at a time. Am I right? I'm already dealing with other issues like a lingering cough, and sometimes I have a pain in my leg. So I already have too many issues I'm dealing with, okay? I don't have a live stream schedule. I don't know if I'll actually make one. I just kind of live stream randomly whenever I feel like it. So that's where we are. The bold tags. Aren't those deprecated? Aren't you supposed to use something else now? That's really, really funny. I wonder what happens if there's a lot of chatters. Yeah, it's a great question. I actually have no idea. How long have you been coding? Probably when I started school, maybe even a little bit before that. 2007. I would say 2007. So however many years that is. Do you have sciatica? I have no idea, but when I Googled the symptoms, sometimes it does sound a little bit like what I have. And I am a little bit sedentary and overweight. So, if anyone is curious, I have no idea if anyone's curious. Those are my goals for 2025. I don't really talk about them too much on this channel. But I just started this week of adding way more cardio and more cardio than I've done in the past, walking my 10K steps and being better and more controlled about what I eat. So my goal is to lose some weight. I'll probably make a video where I talk about this, but for anybody curious, I'm 6'2", 260 pounds. It's a little bit too much for my liking. My goal is to get that down to 200 pounds. But 200 pounds might be too skinny because I'm just a big guy. So I'm going to reassess every 15 pounds and see how I feel, see how I look. But that's my goal. First thing to do is get an x-ray to see if you have a herniated disc. Yeah, first thing to do is go back to my doctor and actually talk to them because I've been having a couple other issues that I've been dealing with. A lot of health stuff in the last couple of months. I remember I posted in August, I was at the hospital. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, that's good advice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Join a road club, play pickleball. Yeah, I'm an interesting guy. I don't need cardio to be fun. I know that sounds weird. I don't need it to be fun to do it. I just need to have a set schedule. And no, I just need to have a goal, not even a set schedule. So for me, like once is a goal, like hit 10K steps and do like my fitness goals with my little watch or whatever 3 days a week, I can do it. As long as I have a goal, I can do it. So like it doesn't need to be fun and exciting. I can stick to a plan. I'm relentless at that, and that's why you guys get like regular content from me. I have honed in my discipline. It sounds like I'm like showing off. I'm not trying to. I'm just letting you know that's how I am. Whew. I can't believe this works. I can't believe this works. Now, every time I don't get a lot of messages, I freak out and I'm like, oh no, wait, is everything being hidden? Did I ruin something? So like I do have that urge to just like go type something in the chat. But yeah. Yeah, getting good at running is hard once you run effortlessly endlessly without stopping. You feel like a god. So much mental fortitude. Yeah, that's what everyone has told me. Like it becomes like a mental game, and I can totally feel it. If you ain't unhealthy, you ain't coding good. Nah, there's something to that. Spent too much time coding and doing all this stuff where like I've neglected my health. So now I'm focusing on that. And also, I mean, I've posted about it before, but like I like to lift. I like to lift weights, and that's great, but I need to throw cardio in. Like I'm over here lifting, and I'm like, I was benching 2 plates, 225 for reps, and I was stoked. And I'm like, this is great. I'm getting winded going up the stairs. Like, I still like benching, but I got to take care of myself, heart health, all that stuff. So that's what's going on there. Check out Wes Bose. I don't know who that is. If you want some cool front end tips. Okay, sick. Yeah, that's awesome. That'd be great because I'm not a front end guy. I mean, you've probably seen my website. If you curl that's what my website looks like. It's literally just ASCII. So that's how it is. Sudo apt install health. Yo, I wish it was that easy. I absolutely wish it was that easy. Hey girl, you C++? Nope, not reading that. Nope, we don't do C++ here. We don't touch that language here. We touch C, Rust, and Bash. And that's it. Run you through my macOS terminal. It's so stupid. Oh, man. So, yeah. I'm stoked about this. That's awesome. I'll definitely make a video about this, and because other streamers out there might benefit from this, because those join notifications are just annoying. Instagram, if you're watching, please just make a checkbox or let me put a drop-down setting or filter out certain things. Like that's all I want. All right, everyone. I think I'm gonna call it here though. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. And I just need to like get up, walk around, and I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll hang out for another couple minutes and answer questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and answer them now. But I will be ending the stream shortly, just an FYI. Should I jump back into Linux Mint, or do you have something better? I like Void Linux. A lot of people like Pop OS. Depends if you're doing GUI or like server side stuff. If you're comfortable with Linux or a little bit, I would say jump into Void. I think Void is really cool. Gives you a lot of freedom. Let's see. The chat I'm reading is not even the one that shows up on the screen. It's so stupid. Why are backend devs so bad at UI? We don't prioritize it. Why are engineers so bad at public speaking? I'm going to be honest. I'm not that bad at public speaking because I practice. So they're bad at it because you just need to actually learn to practice it and realize that it's a skill that you hone and not something you're born with that's innate. That's the real answer to that question. Let's see. Do more live streaming, Big Wiz. Fun times. I will. This was super fun. And I hope you all learned a lesson from this. And I'm being sincere here. I'm not afraid to get on here and say that I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm not even afraid to screw things up where I'll crash the stream, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's just fun. Like, we're having fun, and I know some people out there can be nervous when they feel like, I don't really know how this works. Like, that's half the fun. You don't know how something works, and then when you figure out, it's super hype, okay? Everyone's going to be at a different level, and be comfortable with the fact that you might not know how things work. I mean, I hope you watch me, like, I stumbled through it, and I'm not embarrassed by that at all. Like, that's just, it's fun. It's fun. I hope you all can take that away from it. Yeah, fun times. Yeah. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Solid content. Keep streaming. Yeah, I like doing these streams. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do more of them. Wow, I'm getting a ton of love in the chat, yo. Appreciate it. Everything. This is great. Yeah, have a good night, man. Yeah. All right, let's see. Why didn't you use another IG account to have only the message notifications? I thought about that. I'm not even kidding. I have like, a personal account. I have like a music account. I could have just gone to that, watch the stream. I didn't know if there'd be like a delay or anything. That was my only concern. And I like being able to see it all on here. But that was a thought. I thought about actually getting an iPad with a different account just so I could look at the chat. And at that point, it's like, it just felt silly. Is Vim really worth it? I use VS Code for front end and Nano when in the shell. I like Vim. Yes. I'll say this. If you're using Nano works, but you probably get frustrated because it's not VS Code and it can't do half the stuff you want to do. So the more you find yourself getting frustrated with Nano, every time you get frustrated, that's just another drop in the bucket of you should be learning how to use Vim. So once that bucket gets full enough and starts overflowing, you'll start to learn Vim. I think it's worth it. Even just a little bit. Just learn how to do in Nano or in Vim what you can do in Nano, and then you'll just go from there. I think so. Testing in prod is fun. Trust me. Think about it. We tested on my main account. This is my main account while I was live. We don't get any more production than that on a Friday. My main account live on a Friday. You heard it here. All right. That is right. We test in production and we don't exit Vim because it's not possible. Don't forget, you can get this on a t-shirt. Yeah. Yeah, we have bug testers. You guys are my bug testers. You guys were QA, and you did a great job at it. Do you suck? Yes, I do suck at programming. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to call it there. This was a ton of fun. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. I hope you had fun. And now I have my little CSS rules. I'll make a post about this. I'll make a fun reel about it. It'll be a really good time. Like, I'm super stoked about this. No, you're all good, Clayton. I knew you were joking. Yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a good night and take care everyone. See ya.